So I'm out on one of my daily walks and I've come across this newly planted hedge, so I thought it might be a nice opportunity to talk about native hedgerows. So I would always suggest, if you want to plant a hedgerow in your garden, to use native species. So we've got a nice example of one here that uses a variety of native species that you find growing in the local area. So it's always a good idea to have a look around in the local area and see what's growing in the wild, and then you've got an idea of what you would need in your garden. So we probably tend to suggest the majority of it could be thorn, so hawthorn, blackthorn and maybe some buckthorn in there, and then for the rest of it you'd like a nice mixture of other native species, such as this lovely spindle that we've got here, which we find in this area quite a lot. There's also a field maple right next to me, which is another example of a native plant that you could use. Others might be dogwood, for example, possibly the wayfaring tree. That would be another nice one, Viburnum lantana. You could use that one as well. So what you would probably want to do would be to plant it in a double staggered row, so roughly a foot apart from each other in both of those rows, but sort of staggered between each other. So you'd use some form of protection like these tubes to prevent them from being nibbled, and you'd need to try and keep it clear of weeds. Now, in terms of planting them, probably the best thing to do would be to buy root trainers, which would be small sort of like plug plants, and then you really only need to make a slit in the ground and slot them in and tread the earth back around them. And in terms of time of year, I would always suggest autumn or winter would be the best time for doing your planting. And once you've got your native hedge planted, it will be hugely beneficial for insects, birds, a whole variety of small mammals, because it will be producing flowers that will need to be pollinated, and it will also produce lovely berries and nuts in the autumn. So enjoy!